Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about whether or not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers should bring back a familiar face at the cornerback position with Carlton Davis. This video is sponsored by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, by the way. More on them in a little bit. You guys will also notice from my voice that I am pretty sick. For those of you who know, whenever I do get sick, I get pretty darn sick. I remember just real quick, there was an old coworker of mine, and she was from South Africa, and she would always used to say, "James, you look like death warmed up." It's accurate. It's accurate. I do look like that when I'm sick. But anyway, talking about Carlton Davis and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? Because Davis played for Tampa Bay from 2018 to 2023. Okay, his first 6 seasons in the NFL were with the Bucs. He played in 76 games, started 75, had 9 interceptions, 73 passes deflected, 3 forced fumbles, 4 fumbles recovered, 324 total tackles. He did a lot of good work in Tampa Bay, right? However, in a salary cap saving move, the Buccaneers decided to move on from Carlton Davis, keep Jamel Dean and Zion McCollum as their starting 2 cornerbacks, and go from there in the 2024 season. And Davis moved on to the Detroit Lions, the team that actually beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs in that 2023 season. And overall, Davis had a pretty decent year, played in 13 games, started in 13 games, had 2 interceptions, had 11 passes deflected, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumbles recovered, 56 combined tackles, and 2 tackles for loss. Whenever you take a look at what Jamel Dean did this past season, 12 games played, 12 games started, 1 interception, 7 passes deflected, 1 forced fumble, 59 combined tackles. So at least in terms of looking at pure statistics, Carlton Davis does have a slight advantage over what we saw from Jamel Dean this past year. Carlton Davis is an unrestricted free agent, by the way, so it could be possible you could bring him back. Right? But before we dive a little bit deeper into that, I do want to say a real quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. If you guys use the promo code YouTube150, you'll get a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits. All of that is up to $2,000. Again, one more thank you to BetUS Sportsbook and Casino for being the proud sponsor of this channel. Also, go check out their casino. They've got slots, they've got cards, they've got everything that you want to see. So, thank you to BetUS Sports and Casino for sponsoring this video. Taking a look at the Pro Football Focus grades, Carlton Davis still had a pretty darn good year for Detroit. 74.5 overall grade, 29th out of 223 cornerbacks, a run defense grade of 77.7, 26th out of 223 cornerbacks, a coverage grade of 72.1, 38th out of 223 overall cornerbacks. Whenever you take a look at Jamel Dean, what he was for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this past season, it's very similar. A 75.1 overall grade, that was 25th out of 223 cornerbacks. A run defense grade of 68.0, that was 66th. So Carlton Davis does have the nod over him in terms of run defense. But a coverage grade of 74.9, that was 22nd out of 223 cornerbacks. Dean did better than Davis in regards to that. But, you know, both these guys are very similar. Neither guy has played a full season. You know, be it in a Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniform or in a opposing team's uniform, right? Both of them have had their fair share of injury concerns, right? It just is what it is. But I am curious about the idea of saying, hey, maybe we can substitute Dean for Carlton Davis. I don't know. It's an interesting theory. The Bucs have not been shy about bringing back old players. Jordan Whitehead is a good example. Mike Edwards is another good example, right? Both those guys were Jason Light draft picks, and they were both brought back this season. 2 mixed results, right? 2 mixed results. And I wonder what a cornerback duo of Davis and McCollum, with some added depth in there as well, maybe Tyke Smith at nickel, would be compared to a Jamel Dean Zion McCollum pairing with Tyke Smith at nickel. I don't know. Maybe it feels like a lateral move. I do think Davis is a more physical corner than Jamel Dean. and he's a little bit stickier in coverage in certain moments, in my opinion. You also take a look at just the overall interception numbers. In terms of 6 years, Dean has 8 interceptions in his career. Davis has 11 in 7 years. So, and whenever you take the 6 years from, let's just compare the 6 years actually, because Dean just finished up his sixth season. Davis has 6 seasons with Tampa. Dean played in 82 games, started 63. Carlton played in 76 games, started 75. Dean has 8 interceptions, one of which being a pick six. Davis has 9 interceptions. Passes deflected, Davis has 73. Dean has 52. 3 forced fumbles from Carlton Davis compared to Dean's 1 forced fumble. Davis also had 4 fumbles recovered to Dean's 2, and then 324 tackles for Davis compared to Dean's 313. So, you take a look at it, and to me, it just feels like Davis is a little bit stickier in coverage. I don't necessarily know what a potential contract for Carlton Davis could possibly look like, but I would be curious to see the idea of saying, hey, we need a bit more physicality at this cornerback room. Let's swap out Carlton Davis for Jamel Dean and just see what happens, right? And I'd be curious to see what that type of situation would look like. They're both 28 years old, by the way. Actually, Davis is a smidge younger than Dean. Carlton Davis will not be 29 by this upcoming season. Jamel Dean will. So that's another interesting note in there, as well as that Carlton Davis is a smidge younger than Jamel Dean. So I don't know. It's a move that, I like Jamel Dean and I like Carlton Davis. I tend to like Davis personally more than Dean, but I think both are better than the other in certain categories, right? I think Davis is more physical, and maybe that's what the Buccaneers need right now. But I think both are fine cornerbacks, but if you do want to shake some things up, maybe make some type of a change, maybe that's the move that you got to do. But Davis is an unrestricted free agent, by the way, so I would be curious to see if they do look to bring him back. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this down in the comments section below. Would you trade, or would you swap, rather, not trade, would you swap Carlton Davis in for Jamel Dean out? Would you leave it the way it is? Would you bring in a different cornerback? Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear it. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Also, Carlton Davis just played in the NFC Championship, by the way, at the Detroit Lions. So, shout out to... Or, did he? Pretty sure he did, right? Yeah. Yeah? Man, no, he didn't play. He was hurt. But anyway, he was still a part of a good Lions team. But anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about this down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. One more shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.